School is back at Jackson Public Schools, and so is the Food Circus crew, as we're excited to highlight another amazing chef. A returning chef, that is. John Sugimura is a corporate chef for Taher Incorporated that has visited Jackson Public Schools many times. John travels to schools across the country, giving healthy Japanese food demonstrations while educating kids about Japanese food and its culture. John's first stop on his trip is to middle school at Parkside. So John, what are you gonna make for us today?
So what we're doing today is we're doing the gyudon. Gyudon is the spicy beef bowl. Doesn't have to be spicy. It is the spiciest of all the dishes in Japan, but it's the #1 most popular bowl right now. And what student doesn't like a grain, some nice tasty ground beef, a great sauce, and we even made homemade pickles on a stick for them. So you get the sweet pickle to contrast the spicy beef and the piping hot seasoned rice. It's an easy one. Every kind of continent has a grain and a beef, so it resonates with everybody, and it doesn't go too over to the top either, you know what I mean? So it's a dish that's attractive to every culture. Everybody likes something with great flavor. The pickle gives them something crunchy and sweet to go with something spicy. It's a win. So we're doing the feature right now. We have all the beef, we have the cabbage, we have the hand-cut carrots, and that's a really important part. These are all hand-cut vegetables that are going in. We're gonna add garlic and ginger, and then we will hit it with sesame oil, chili oil, and soy sauce right when it goes on the line. So you have this tasty mixture going on top of the rice, hitting it with a sauce. They decide how spicy they want it, and then they get the pickle, the sweet pickle with it too. So now it's wasabi. Are you ready?
Yeah.
So on the wasabi, it will probably be underutilized. So we're only gonna make half the bag.
Okay.
This is a 10-ounce bag, so only do half the bag, and mix it all together, the 5 ounces, and mix it like a little bit of water at a time. And wasabi should be the consistency of toothpaste. So nice and smooth, not like concrete. After they do that, then find 4 nice little bowls with a little spoon, and then we'll put one on each of the 4 lines so that the kids can have wasabi if they'd like it with their sushi. Because they're getting sushi today too. So they're getting a California roll, but a California roll was invented in 1963 by my master teacher for when people did not want to be eating raw fish. So it's rice on the outside. So Katsuya-san, he invented rice on the outside when people didn't want to bite through the nori. Then we have the fish cake, which most people would call imitation crab.
Yep.
But imitation crab is really imitating fish cake. And then the cucumber, and then a little bit of wasabi, and that's it. All right, there you go, thank you. And then we're gonna put 1 little bottle of soy sauce on each one so they can hit it with soy sauce if they want.
Find bottles for
Yep,
soy
just
sauce.
a little bottle, half full. I'm not trying to encourage a lot of soy sauce. You know, like that you only get 1 slice and then it's like a bag.
Yeah.
So, there you go.
The crew is working hard, as it takes a complete team effort to pull off such a fabulous meal. The wasabi is looking great. Time to add fresh ginger to the beef mixture.
There you go. Perfect. So now we all have all the hand-cut vegetables, all the produce in there, all the beef, salt and pepper, and then at the very end we'll hit it and do a really good mix with the chili oil, soy sauce, sesame oil, and then that'll be the end of the flavors to go in it. And they get a very large portion on top of the rice. It's not a little bit with a bunch of rice. It's a big, we want them to get full off the vegetables and the beef, not the rice. So to be exact, they're getting like 7 ounces of beef and vegetables to 4 or 3 ounces of rice. So we have the green onions, we have the carrot, the garlic, the ginger with the ground beef, a little salt and pepper, and then at the very end we're gonna hit it with sesame oil, chili oil, and soy sauce. So, you know when the kids, you have a special entree, they like look and they peek and try to decide whether they're going to do it? So I had these and I put it, and it was at an elementary school, and it was a regular doorway. They couldn't see in. So they went to the exit, and so then I moved one over to the exit so they couldn't see it. So we like had 100% participation at an elementary school where you would have maybe had 70%. But they didn't want to miss out on going underneath that curtain. It was so funny.
Love it.
And it was so funny. So this just means be well. I just picked a universal kind of something that would resonate with everybody. Be well, be healthy, or something like that. So we're gonna make a student's portion. How many ounces of rice for a student's portion? 4, which is the gray handle. Remember, don't rip your plastic off because your rice will get cold and dry. Just open it, it's already been mixed up. You can be generous with it, but you don't wanna pack it, but you can be generous with the rice. Put it right in the middle, don't squish it down at all. Come over here, 1 heaping of this. Now this is where you can press down the rice with the, see, you should see meat and all that deliciousness with rice underneath it. Then the pickle goes right here. Then we're going to hit it with the sauce. What's in the sauce? Garlic, ginger, sesame oil, vinegar, chili oil. It is not spicy. It's a sauce, not a gravy. And then everybody will get a sample slice in the lower left corner of the kamaboko or the California roll. Each line has some wasabi and soy sauce if the students want to add that for their roll. You have 3 of these. I want mine to be spicy, so I'm gonna sprinkle the red pepper on it, okay?
The crew is finishing up all the food items for the hundreds of hungry students. Perfect timing too, because here they come.
Do what you normally do. Get your milk, and then we're having gyodon, the beef bowl. You get rice, you get the beef with the veggies, you get a sauce on top. We even made homemade pickles for you. Yeah, what's your name?
Kolea.
Kolea? We made you homemade pickles. What do you have to say about that, Kolea? Mm-hmm. Do you like pickles? And if you want it spicy, they'll sprinkle some red pepper on top.
Okay.
Okay? It's up to you. Look at that. Do you like sushi? There you go. It's heavy and it's big. So there's your pickle, there's your gyodon, and then there's kamaboko roll. Okay? Homemade pickles. Look at that. Did you put sauce on them? Yep. Do you want it spicy? She has it. She'll give you some red pepper on top.
Red pepper?
Yep. And you can shake it hard and it'll come out right away. There you go. Have a good lunch, okay?
It looks like everybody loves the Japanese spicy beef rice bowl with a California roll and homemade pickle on a stick. It's becoming a tradition for Jackson Public School students to enjoy a special meal like this a couple times a year, and I know they appreciate it. The staff loves the meal as well. Who wouldn't? Amazing job by all, but we're not done. After the break, we head over to Jackson High School for round 2. Stay tuned.
Hamanati's Frosty Boy of Vandercook Lake. We have what it takes to keep you cool all summer long. Great flavors, excellent selection. Hamanati's Frosty Boy of Vandercook Lake. Here to serve your ice cream needs.
At Paragon Charter Academy, preparing kids for college starts on day 1 in kindergarten. We set high standards, make expectations clear, personalize teaching, and as a result, our students thrive. Located in Jackson, Michigan, Paragon is one of the top performing schools in the area and has outperformed the district on the state test for more than 10 years. If you want to be part of a school community that's safe, challenging, and committed to your child's success, apply today at ParagonCharterAcademy.org. It could change your child's future.
At J. Alexander's, you'll find everything for your lawn and landscape. Whether it's plants, mulch, stones, or shrubs, we have everything to make your home beautiful. Stop in today and let us craft your landscape. J. Alexander's, creating beauty one detail at a time.
the YMCA, our mission is centered on fostering vibrant communities where every individual can flourish. That's why our annual Strong Communities campaign is paramount. Your support enables us to offer life-saving swim lessons, sponsor children for camp experiences, coach youth sports teams, and provide specialized health programs like Turning Point for breast cancer survivors and Rocksteady Boxing for those with Parkinson's disease. Your contributions directly impact lives in your community. Join us in our mission to make a difference. Together, let's build stronger, healthier, and more inclusive communities for everyone. YMCA, for a better us.
We are back to school as traveling corporate chef for Taher, John Sugimura, is making a delicious, spicy Japanese beef rice bowl with a California roll and a homemade pickle on a stick for hundreds of students. We already visited middle school at Parkside, which was a complete success with the students. Now, we're at Jackson High School, where John will be making something special to go with this fabulous Japanese meal.
We're at Jackson High School today, everybody, so we're going to be doing the gyudon, or the spicy beef bowl, with the sunomono, which is the quick pickles, for 600 today. So come on down, have lunch. We're doing sushi, we're doing the California roll, which I call the kamaboko roll, which is fish cake and cucumber. We have that today. And for extra special, we're doing gyoza, or the Japanese dumplings, at the chef table today. It's my grandmother's recipe. It's 100 years old. We're making them as if my grandmother made them in 1925. Old school dumplings, and everybody enjoys a dumpling or a gyoza. To start the conversation, to open up everybody's world to include Japan.
Time to check out the hardworking JPS culinary team at work. It takes everybody to make a successful meal for so many students, and this crew has done it many times before.
So you guys can see you're getting just as much vegetable as you are beef. So as soon as we get a good mix on that, we're going to do the carrots, and then we'll do a good mix, and then we're going to do the green onions, and then we can close it. And we're going to start panning up, and give me a sample so I can do a build sample. So the ground beef, the garlic and ginger, the salt and pepper is in there. Carrots, green onions, cabbage. We want to hit it with the sugar. And then I'm going to quickly come right behind with our wet ingredients, okay? I'm going to try to really sprinkle this around so you don't have to kill yourself more than you already have to get it mixed in. So this is chili oil, so we're doing a little bit of oil into that lean ground beef to add some moisture and really pop the flavor more than anything. So it's getting a little bit of chili, 1.5 cups, 1.5 cups of the sesame oil, the Japanese roasted sesame oil, and then it's going to get 2 cups of soy sauce, which isn't even that much when you consider that batch alone is 350 servings. Oh, wow. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, you're like, oh, is that a lot? No. All right, you ready for liquids? Yes, sir. I'm going to come on your right if I could.
The Japanese spicy beef rice bowl is almost complete. Chef John just needs to add one more key ingredient.
You're going to hit it with the garlic, ginger, soy. This is critical. And not enough sauce on it makes for a boring dish. This is what really, think of a full tablespoon on each serving. You will ask them, do you want it spicy or not? And if they say no spice, that's where you stop. If you say you want it spicy, here's the chili pepper that goes on top, all right? They get sunomono, which is a Japanese quick pickle, which counts as a vegetable because it isn't pasteurized, so it has nutritional value. You put that right on the side, and they get a chopstick. They also are getting a kamaboko, which is, in essence, a California roll, but a California roll has imitation crab, which is an imitation of what we're using. We're using fish cake. Why aren't we using imitation crab? Because it's fake, and it has the 3 worst preservatives and the bad coloring. Kamaboko fish cake is nothing but pristine white fish and does not have the 3 bad preservatives and the bad coloring.
There's always something new I learn every time John comes to Jackson. He is phenomenal. It's time to take one more break. When we return, John has one more special treat for some of the lucky staff at Jackson High School. And we visit John R. Lewis Elementary. Stay tuned.
To everyone who enjoys a feel-good meal, we're crafting one for you, Wisconsin style.
We're talking handcrafted, cooked to order,
scoop to perfection goodness.
More like greatness.
A snuggle up in the booth, share a bite kind of meal.
A fill you up, heart and soul kind of meal.
Come treat someone you love to a meal they're sure to love.
One always served with a smile.
That comes from the heart.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious!
Hi, this is Superintendent Steve Dorr, inviting you to be a part of the East Jackson family. At East Jackson, we're leading the way in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. We offer one of the area's best robotics teams, as well as a diverse array of arts and music programming. At the high school level, we're excited to launch the Jackson County Early College. New classroom technology helps our curriculum come alive, and our staff ensures a safe and welcoming environment for your child. Great things are happening at East Jackson Community Schools. To learn more, visit our website, eastjacksonschools.org.
Nostalgia Inc. in downtown Jackson. For over 40 years, Nostalgia Inc. has been Southern Michigan's one-stop shop for new and old comic books, graphic novels, tabletop games, miniatures, supplies, and so much more. Whether it's the newest releases or thumbing through one of the largest backstock selections around, you'll find what you're looking for. From Pokemon and Magic to tabletops and D&D, if you can play it, it's at Nostalgia Inc. Nostalgia Inc. Mechanic Street, downtown Jackson.
Cherry Creek Cellars, nestled in the heart of the Irish Hills in Brooklyn, is the perfect place to enjoy handcrafted Michigan wines, hard ciders, and craft beers in a picturesque vineyard setting. Grab a bite to eat in our cafe with a variety of delicious menu items to choose from. Indoor and outdoor seating is available, including space in our old schoolhouse, perfect for a fabulous dining experience. No matter the season, we've got something fun in store for you, including hosting your next big event with us. Flexible, customizable options available for any occasion. And be sure to check out our Facebook page for upcoming events year-round. Cherry Creek Cellars, we believe in wine that tastes incredible.
Make someday today with a home equity loan or line of credit from American One Credit Union. Home equity loans and lines of credit can give you access to money for home improvements, college tuition, vacations, emergencies, or even debt consolidation. Take advantage of fewer fees and a convenient and uncomplicated application process. Visit AmericanOneCU.org for full details. Federally insured by the NCUA.
We are back at Jackson High School with traveling corporate chef representing Taher Incorporated, John Sugimura. So far, John and his team made a Japanese spicy beef rice bowl with a California roll and a homemade pickle on a stick for all the students and staff at middle school at Parkside. It's day 2 and everything is ready for the hungry Jackson High School students and staff. But before we do that, John is making Japanese dumplings for some lucky staff members as they enjoy this amazing lunch.
You guys start your lunch, feel free. I'm gonna have these ready for you in a half a second. So if you notice the 3.5 ounces of protein and the 3 ounces of the vegetables overwhelming your 3 ounces of starch is the whole motive. But so this meal is completely conforming and for a qualifying meal. Obviously, when you say hand-cut vegetables, it exceeds the expectations. When you say all the veggies in it, when you say the more protein and the less starch, it almost instantly does. But in the whole batch of 600 servings today, we will only use 16 tablespoons of salt for 600 servings. Wow. It's ground beef. Let's just all admit ground beef needs its seasoning. So it's getting the pepper and the garlic and the ginger, but it is striking how little you really need. You know what I mean? When you're doing it in tandem with some veggies and some piping hot rice and so forth. So those pickles, again, counts as a vegetable because they were done within the last 4 hours and they're not pasteurized. So the one thing that we can really be proud about this dish, no matter what you ingest today, no matter how many dumplings you can or cannot eat, there is nothing that is 100% scratch. So there's been no concoction where you take concoction number 1 and concoction number 2 and call it a new concoction. Yeah. If you take crap plus clap, you still get crap. You know what I mean? And that's the point. And really, Japanese food exemplifies that capacity. So I like to be able to exploit it a little bit. How many dumplings have we done in the schools in my short 5 years with Taher?
Wait, was it a million?
So I stopped counting last September of 23, 1,016,278. This is coming off in 2 seconds. I'm just going to take a temp here. So we have dumplings. If you've had them before and you're able to eat them today, it'll be something familiar. Just need a few more seconds on here. Who am I meeting here for the first time ever? One. So do you guys remember the backstory? Really the reason why I'm standing here with you today? So, 3rd generation Japanese American, 2nd generation chef. My grandmother became a single parent of 6 kids suddenly in the 20s, and immigrant, non-English speaking, can you imagine, in California? But she opened up a restaurant and really is the only known Japanese female chef owning a Japanese restaurant in the States, really known, particularly during that time. She was independent, self-sufficient all the way up to what world event in World War II? World War II. So Grandma closed the restaurant on a Wednesday night. Thursday morning, 4 hours notice, they were ordered into camp. They went into Tule Lake, which was the 2nd camp of 10. So they were locked up for 4.5 years and lost everything. So this, doing food here at Jackson, is really, that would have been where the story ended. So to come here to Jackson, 3/4 of a century later, do you know what I mean? And if that wasn't enough, because you're in education, I used to be in education too, did you know that? Special ed autism, all the way up until chefing. But it really was a single incident in 8th grade where one kid was coming after me because he was going to make sure, I didn't even really realize it, but he was going to make sure everybody knew I was the only Asian kid in the school. And he was super successful. He was super successful. I'm 6'2", 200 pounds always. You know, had a great high school experience, but when somebody's coming after you in 8th grade and making you feel differently, it only goes poorly. You know what I mean? So to that, because of that incident, turning it around into something positive, I would have never known that going to graduate school in Japan, doing nutrition, would lead me here to Jackson or the other 25 states that I cook in. But when we're doing Japanese food, educators, we are not reinforcing the dominant culture. Pizza only represents one culture. Do you know what I mean? Or represents a Western mentality. So when we're doing Japanese food, it kind of neutralizes that reinforcement of the dominant culture, right? Everybody feels a little bit more represented, and the immediate consequences that we have community. Even when we have 300 people in here for lunch, but they're all eating the same thing, the immediate consequence will be community.
And here come the students, hungry and excited to try something new. Because for some, this may be the first time they've ever tried a meal like this. I wish these meals were around when I was in high school. This is truly a special treat for all to enjoy. Before we end this episode, we have one more school to visit. John R. Lewis Elementary. Once again, the students are extremely excited to try the Japanese spicy beef rice bowl. They especially love the California roll and the homemade pickle on a stick. And the JPS culinary team did a fabulous job as usual. Teamwork pays off in such a big way. I can't thank Chef John Sugimura enough for giving us an experience we'll never forget. Until next time, I'm Adrian Sharp, and you've been watching Food Circus.